Tom Coughlin's Jacksonville Jaguars will get the football first. Coughlin, the only coach in the history of the Jacksonville Jaguars, not at all used to this 5-game losing streak that his Jaguars are suffering through. Meanwhile, Dave Campo, the coordinator for a while here in Dallas, and now in his first season as the head coach. Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katayan. Welcome to Texas Stadium, everyone. This promises to be an interesting game, if nothing else, to see which of these teams can assert themselves really for the first time this year, Phil.
A lot of questions to be answered, Greg, and I think we'll find out a lot of those answers as the game goes along.
Jacksonville has won the toss. They will receive. Chiron Stiff takes it and holds onto it in the end zone. It'll be first down from the 20-yard line for the Jaguars. Quarterback Mark Brunell, like the Jaguars, has struggled. He's been able to produce just 5 touchdowns in the last 6 games. There is no question, still one of the superb quarterbacks in the NFL.
He has all the tools to be an outstanding quarterback, but Tom Coughlin said it to us plain last night. Mark Brunell's got to play well. When the opportunities are there, he must come up with the big plays, something he's not done with regularity this year.
Fred Taylor, Damon Shelton in the backfield behind Brunell on first down. And Taylor gets the handoff. He is met just as he crossed the line of scrimmage by Baron Wortham, number 57. The offensive line.
Jacksonville's offensive line, Todd Fordham starting at right tackle, Tony Baselli at left tackle, playing himself back into form.
In the backfield, Taylor comes off 124 yards rushing in the loss to the Redskins. Jimmy Smith out with a hamstring injury. Alvis Whitted starts for him opposite Keenan McCardell. And onto the field now on second down is R.J. Sowers, the rookie out of Southern Cal. Taylor again. Can't turn the corner, nothing there. Greg Ellis, Ryan McNeil with the stop, and a look at the Dallas defense.
The Dallas defensive line, it's big. Number 98, Greg Ellis, coming off an injury last year, is rounding back in form.
Linebackers Hamrick and Coakley outside. Baron Wortham starts in the middle for Det Wynn, who misses a second straight start with a bad shoulder. Lots of experience in the secondary with Sparks, Teague, Woodson, and Ryan McNeil. Defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer looks on. It is third down and 9 for the Cowboys. Or rather for the Jaguars. The pass is complete. That will come up short of a first down. Keenan McCardell is surrounded by Dallas Cowboys. With Jimmy Smith out of action today, then the emphasis on offense will definitely shift to McCardell, who is not the long threat. It's been Jimmy Smith.
Well, it has been, but that was a good example of how the Dallas Cowboys want to play defense now. Over the last 3 games, they've played better. They're much more conservative. They're going to make you catch the ball and run, and they're going to say, we can tackle you before you get to the first-yard marker.
Wayne McGarity will take this punt. He has returned 2 for touchdowns this season from the 32. Hit at about the 35-yard line and knocked back, but the line of scrimmage will be the 35-yard line. And the Dallas offense led by Troy Aikman. It's been an un-Aikman-like year. 5 interceptions in 1 game against the Giants a couple of weeks ago, 9 on the year. He threw 2 of his 2 4-touchdown passes last week in the win over the Cardinals.
Well, Troy Aikman's back has been bothering him. We were there at practice on Friday. He looked a little stiff. He took some shots early in the week. He said Wednesday and Thursday he was very loose, struggled on Friday, but I watched him during warm-ups today. He looked loose and threw the football with a lot of velocity on it.
He throws on first down, quick pass to the side to James McKnight, and Mike McKnight across the 40. And a look at the Dallas offensive line.
Well, it's big and it's athletic, and it's led by number 73, Larry Allen, left guard, one of the best in football.
The NFL third all-time rusher, Emmitt Smith, in the backfield with Robert Thomas. Rocket Ishmael and McKnight, the wideouts. David LaFleur is the tight end. Just short of a first down at the 45-yard line. Second and a short 1. Emmitt Smith has the first down, still on his feet, out to about the 47-yard line, and it's a first down for the Cowboys. The Jacksonville defense.
Well, the Jacksonville defensive line injuries have hurt it today. Making a start, Marlos Leroy at defensive tackle.
Hardy Nickerson joins Kevin Hardy on the outside to make room for the rookie T.J. Slaughter, who starts in the middle. Bryant, Darius, Logan, and Beasley in the secondary. Aaron Beasley, the Jaguars sack leader, with 4. Defensive coordinator Dom Capers upstairs looking on as the Cowboys have a first down from the 48-yard line. Double tight end for Aikman, who hands off to Smith, and Smith across midfield to about the 48 of the Jaguars before Kevin Hardy makes the tackle. And for the first time today, we'll check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, Phil, you mentioned those shots in Troy's back. In fact, as you know, he took 6 shots on Monday in his lower back to relieve some of the pain and some of the pressure there. On Tuesday, he said he felt as good as he had in 4 years, able to stand up without pain. I spoke to him before the game. He took a few little anti-inflammatory medicines, but no shots. He's feeling good. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thank you. 2nd and 6 for Aikman and the Cowboys. And Aikman to throw for the first time today. Far side, it is up high, incomplete. Intended for James McKnight, who was hit low by number 21, Aaron Beasley. And came down hard.
Troy Aikman was under pressure, so he had to throw the football a little high. Watch this. One of the reasons why he throws it up in the air, under pressure, can't step forward. Tony Bracken's big hit on Troy Aikman. And then James McKnight way up in the air, trying to make the catch, and Aaron Beasley just runs right through him. Good timing, and that is tough.
McKnight coming down very awkwardly. Watch the shoulder.
Well, just torquing up the body. And there's really nothing anybody could have done there. Troy Aikman just trying to get rid of the football.
McKnight still on the deck here in Texas Stadium. We'll take our first commercial break of the day.
ほとんど体動いてないですもんね。
なんですね。私実はプレシーズンで見た時はね、レーダースのテリー・ミッケンスがね、同じ。
No sooner did we do a little report on Troy Aikman and his back condition than he takes a terrific shot here, Phil.
Well, he does. It's solid. Tony picks him up and then drives him in the ground, so you know it's got to hurt the back. Tightens it up, and look at him during the timeout. Trying to stretch it. What makes me know that it got tight, Randall Cunningham jumped up immediately and went over and started loosening up.
Chris Warren is in the backfield on 3rd down, and Aikman to throw. That's complete. Across the 45, and that's close to a first down to Rocket Ismail. Ismail appears to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, what a nice job by Ismail that time. Greg, he goes down the field against Mike Logan. This is a good matchup for the Cowboys. Mike Logan is a safety, but watch, he comes back to the football. That's what gets the catch for him, and then he knows, hey, I need about another half yard, and he goes straight ahead and gets the first down.
They're still working on James McKnight on the sideline, who fell awkwardly from the hit from Beasley. Smith back into the lineup now on first down from the 42. Smith across the 40 to about the 37-yard line.
Well, when you look at this game today, first I'll start with Jacksonville's defense. And talking to Tom Coughlin yesterday, he says, look, the one thing we got to do, now this is no secret, stop the run. And we're going to gamble to stop that run because he's worried about his defensive line just getting mauled by the big offensive line of the Cowboys. So when he says he's going to gamble, going to put his safeties up in there, take some chances, and he can do that because Fernando Bryant and Aaron Beasley are the corner.
7th play of the drive, and Emmitt Smith goes for first down and has one close to the 30-yard line. We talked about it earlier, Phil, the size of that Dallas offensive line.
Well, you see James McKnight leaving the field, but the size of the offensive line, Greg, there are a lot of big people in the NFL, but what sets this offensive line apart is they're athletic. They're big, they can move, and they're mean. They like to hit people. They like to win the physical battle. And you do that. Look at the size of them, except for this guy in the middle, Mark Stepnoski, 350, 326, 325, and 319. And they're all, those numbers are all low.
First down, up the middle, complete to the 15-yard line. That's Rocket Ismail again, and that'll be another first down for the Cowboys. 15 yards on the play. A quick delivery from Aikman.
This is something Troy Aikman, back in their Super Bowl runs, they were known for this pass. Troy Aikman drops back and on time just lets it go. Look, there's the cut, the ball's in the air, and another good job by Ismail running through the football. Do not let the defender come in front of you and make the play.
Ishmael is 8th season out of Notre Dame, first down from the 15-yard line for the Cowboys. Emmitt Smith changing direction, dodges inside the 15 for a couple of yards.
Now you look at this Cowboy offense. Of course, when you got an offensive line like this, and they love to run the football, and you got Emmitt Smith back there, that's what you should do. The secret, I think, with the Cowboy offense is the play calling. Knowing when to call passes on first down, take advantage of the fact that you can run the football, play action passes, and then when you do drop back on first or second down sometimes, Troy Aikman should be able to get pass protection and throw it down the field.
Second and 8. Aikman throws this side. Touchdown. Fifth touchdown catch by Jackie Harris, and the Cowboys jump on top with 7:42 to play.
Well, that's pretty systematic of why the Jacksonville Jaguars are losing. This is a very simple play by the Dallas Cowboys, but Jacksonville, they overcommit to Rocket Ismail. Watch as he comes. He does an out and up. The corner's not there. He comes up to take the route by Ismail. Nobody's behind. That's why Jackie Harris was wide open.
The extra point by Cedar is good. Harris's 5th touchdown catch marks a career high as he hits the midpoint of this season.
カーボーイズのね、
はい
そのエミット・スミスの本当に全盛時と言ったらいいんですけども、やっぱ彼がやっぱファーストダウンで確実に、
Cowboys have jumped on top, and Troy Aikman, we mentioned earlier, took that terrific hit from Tony Brackens.
Oh, yeah. You know what Troy Aikman needs? He took the shots to get himself better. He needs about 2 weeks where he doesn't take those big hits, and he can probably heal himself up and be good for the rest of the year, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case.
Stiff at the goal line. We'll run this one to the 20 and about the 25-yard line. Meanwhile, Troy Aikman picks up where he left off with 2 touchdown passes a week ago against the Arizona Cardinals to get his Cowboys on top early.
今日も幸先のいいスタートが切れたということはね、嬉しいでしょう。7対0です。さあ今度はジャガーズがね。
Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms back at Texas Stadium. I think now we find out whether Tom Coughlin, what he thinks about his team. We were talking about how he defines toughness. He says one of the ways is the physical aspects of the game, running the football, defending the run.
Well, I think a lot of things also, what he's got to find out about his team, how they deal with adversity. They haven't done a great job of that in this losing streak, so they're facing some adversity right here at the start of the day's game.
From their own 26-yard line, the Jaguars first down. Brunell throws, that's complete to Fred Taylor out of the backfield. Darren Woodson with the stop, and our first check of the day with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
Mark Brunell's pass complete to number 28, Fred Taylor, stopped by Darren Woodson.
Oh, what coaches wouldn't give for that running back that will wear you down the later the game gets.
Fourth quarter running, one of the most important things in football.
The pitch for Fred Taylor, who slips at the 30-yard line and goes down at about the 32. And let's go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, let's watch it. Here's Fernando Bryant. He's going to come up, and Jackie Harris is going to go out and up. Now, this is a simple zone by the Jacksonville defense. Bryant should stay back, and when he comes up, look at that. It opens up a big space behind him. That's why there's a touchdown. Dallas must have known that Fernando Bryant's aggressive. He would lose his discipline, come up. That's why they snuck behind him.
3rd and 4. Brunell, quick drop, pulls it down, and will run for it. He has the first down, slides down at the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Jaguars. Saw Fred Taylor slip back at the 30 a while ago. It rained hard earlier today here in Dallas. And the sun is out now, but there are wet spots on the field.
And this is a field Greg played on it many times. It does not dry out very quick because it's almost covered for the fans. Even if it rains, they do not get wet, but the field has a hard time of drying because not enough air gets in here. You didn't know I was part weatherman too, did you?
Okay, Willard from the 40. Down at about the 38-yard line. Greg Ellis in on the stop.
Well, Greg Ellis, we had a chance to talk to him too on Friday. He's going up against this guy, number 71, Tony Baselli. It's an outside run. Tries to get leverage, cannot do it. Greg Ellis, big, very athletic. And we said when I was doing the lineups, he's rounding back into form. He had a severe leg injury last year and started out slow, but starting to play really well for the defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys.
4 carries, 2 yards for Fred Taylor today. 2nd and 12. From the shotgun. Movement. Let's see if this is Baselli starting early.
Prior to the snap, false start, 71, offense.
Tony
5-yard
Baselli
penalty.
told us yesterday, still in recovery from the knee surgery, hasn't been able to really line up the way he likes.
Well, let's look at 71 out on the corner, trying to anticipate. And one of the reasons why he was anticipating, did you see how wide Greg Ellis was? So he knew I have to get up out of my stance quick and get in position.
Second and 17 now. Brunell throws, has his man close to the 40-yard line, tight end Kyle Brady. And Brady back to the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and about 10 or 11.
Now, you know what? This play really illustrates, again, this Cowboy defense. Now, what happens when you play zone defense for the fans at home? That means you don't really look at somebody and just cover him man-to-man. So they're all back there. They look at Mark Brunell. When he throws it, that enables them, more defensive players, to see the guys catching it. They can run, get a lot of guys that you can tackle, and you don't give up the big plays because of that.
Big 3rd down challenge here for Brunell. Out of the pocket, throws near side, penalty marker flies. That's complete to Keenan McCardell. But let's check the penalty marker. And this is going to go against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our referee today is Bill Carollo.
Well, you know what? I always say this. It is a little unfair sometimes.
Pass interference, 87, offense, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It's almost unfair sometimes for defensive backs because very seldom do you see pass interference by the offensive player. So what I'm saying is Keenan McCardell really must push off. Here he is, number 87. Goes down. Well, that's pretty easy to call. Well, you could see those arms, both of them extended, and it's on George Teague, number 31. That's a pretty easy call.
So now it's a 3rd and 19. Brunell needs the 50-yard line for a 1st down. To the near side, going to take off and run. 35, out of bounds, shy of the 40-yard line. Run out by Dexter Coakley and Ryan McNeil, and the Jacksonville Jaguars will have to kick it away.
Well, only a 3-man rush, but it's 3rd and long. Nobody open down the field. Again, look at Greg Ellis down the bottom of your screen, really wide, making it very hard for Tony Baselli to block him. Kind of forces Mark Brunell out of the pocket. 3rd and long. There's no way you're going to run for a 1st down there.
Wayne McGarity is deep. He has returned a punt, 64 yards for a touchdown, 59 yards for a touchdown, both against the Cardinals. This one he will allow to bounce out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. We'll be back.
ダラス、先ほどはダラスとしてはもう久々に素晴らしい、ね、
ドライブでした。
ドライブをして、まずは7点を順当。
3:32 to play, 1st quarter. Welcome back to Texas Stadium. Cowboys have run the ball 5 times and thrown it 5 times. And Aikman brings them out of the huddle, 1st down at their own 11-yard line. LaFleur and Jackie Harris are the double tight ends. Emmett Smith may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Let's go down to Armin Catane. Armin.
Thanks, Fred. Quick update on James McKnight. He just went off. He's got a strained neck and left shoulder. For x-rays, his return is questionable. But really the big story is Troy Aikman. He spent that entire last series throwing, keeping his arm warm, keeping his back loose. It's really struggling with it right now. I don't know, frankly, how long he is for this world. Back to you.
All right, Armin.
Yeah, he even came out of the huddle kind of grimacing that time. You thought maybe he was going to have a game where he's going to be pain-free, but that is not going to happen.
Emmett Smith straight ahead. Across the 15, net there, and falls forward to about the 17-yard line. Donovan Darius coming up from the safety position to make the hit.
Now, you know, you can just watch the body language of a quarterback and players, and really you can tell a lot of things. So you can look at Troy and tell, just look at him. You can tell he's suffering with it, and you think, well, could it be that bad? Well, being an ex-quarterback, having a bad back, you've got to torque it to throw the football. So I think that's one of the reasons why Troy Aikman has struggled somewhat this year throwing it. And it hurts your mobility. You can't run. And most of all, it makes you lose a little arm strength because you can't turn your body like you used to.
Aikman only threw the ball 15 times last week in the win against Arizona. Chris Warren. Across the 20, penalty marker flies. He has enough for the first down, but let's check the flag.
Chris Warren on the carry. Flags down on the play.
We're going to come back.
Well, you know, when the Cowboys bring Chris Warren in, it's just a nice compliment to Emmett Smith. Chris Warren, that was a good example.
Holding, 89, offense, 10-yard penalty, correction, half the distance from the goal, third down.
And as we get the announcement of the penalty on David LaFleur, we see Troy Aikman suffering on the sideline, and into the game comes Randall Cunningham.
Well, you know, Greg, we said it earlier, when Randall Cunningham went over there as soon as Troy Aikman got hit and started loosening up, you knew it was severe and there were problems. And boy, Armin, you were right. You didn't know how long Troy was going to last. And 2 handoffs later, he comes out of the game.
So here is Randall Cunningham, completing 57% of his passes on the season. 6 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and he'll throw right off the bat. Over the middle, incomplete, intended for Damon Hyde, the rookie free agent out of Alabama State. And he slipped down as he went, and we look at Aikman on the sideline.
Well, you're right, Greg. Damon Hyde slipped on the wet turf. There's like 3 big wet spots on the field, the 30, 50, and 30, and Randall does a good job playing it safe, throws it to the inside. I believe he's going to make the catch if he doesn't slip coming out of the cut.
So Reggie Barlow is deep for the punt. Ready to kick it out of his own end zone is Micah Noor, whose 45.4 average is number 1 in the NFC. High snap, comes down with it. Barlow dives and pulls this one in at about the 46 or 45-yard line. 38-yard punt by Noor, and no return on the play. We'll take a timeout.
さあ得点は7対0ですが、エイクマンが故障をしたということがこの後の攻撃にね。
Just a few moments ago, Troy Aikman leaving the field, headed for the locker room, and no telling what's going to happen in their field, but a week ago he did need a shot to free him from the pain and play. You wonder if that might happen in the locker room now.
Well, they might do something to try to get him a little less, get rid of some of the pain. I do not expect to see him back in the game.
First down from the 45-yard line of the Cowboys. Brunell gives to Taylor. Taylor close to the 40-yard line. It'll be second down. Take this opportunity to remind you, you can get live updates for each NFL game as it happens. Just click on live scores at cbs.sportsline.com.
Greg, I was going to say, when you watch this Jacksonville offense, why they want to run the football. Of course, they want to run it to get some dominance, control the game, but it's a way to keep their defense off the field. That is the primary goal of this Jacksonville offense today.
We have flags. And this is going to be against the Jaguars.
78, had a little flinch.
Prior to the snap, false start, 78, offense, 5-yard penalty, second down.
That's the newly inserted Todd Foreman at right tackle, and let's go to Armin. Armin.
Greg, as we suspected with Troy, it's the lower left back area. He's gone in for an evaluation. His return is up in the air. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thanks. Second and 10. The pass out here to Kyle Brady, who holds on to the 40, close to the 35-yard line. And it'll be about a yard shy of a first down. Darren Woodson coming up with a hit. Nice job by Kyle Brady.
Good job of staying with it, and really the fact that he juggled it gave him a few extra yards, because Ryan McNeil came in and thought he might go for the interception when it goes up in the air. Look, he's going to go for the ball, and then he misses. It's hard to miss Kyle Brady, about 6'5" of 265.
We were about 20 seconds away from the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 1. The pitch for Taylor. He didn't get there. Did not get there. Got to the 31-yard line. Chad Hennings and Ryan McNeil made the stop as the first quarter comes to a close here in Texas Stadium. Tom Coughlin will decide what to do as we change ends of the field. After 1, it's the Dallas Cowboys 7 and the Jaguars nothing.
Japan. はい、今日も素晴らしいアイデア商品をご紹介しますよ。早速だけどこんな経験はありませんか？真っ暗闇でスタンドのスイッチを手探り。いくらおしどり夫婦でもこれは辛いですよね。そこでポンと押すとパッとつくお手軽ライトタップライト。手頃な大きさのどこにでも置ける照明器具です。光る面をポンと押すだけの大型スイッチだから手探り不要。しかも明かりはソフトで目に優しくインテリア性も抜群。ちょっと手元を明るくしたい時にとても便利です。暗いお部屋は危険がいっぱい。タップライトで安心してお休みください。このクローゼットのように明かりが欲しいのに何の照明器具もついていないなんてところにもタップライト。タップライトは壁掛け照明としても使えるんです。必要なところにタップライト。コンセントは不要。お子様の枕元にもタップライトをどうぞ。タップライトは電池式だからどこでも必要なところでお使いいただけます。遠くのスイッチよりも手元のタップライト。車内照明にすれば車のバッテリーが上がる心配もありません。さらに停電の時にも大活躍。いかがですか？この便利なタップライト4個で4980円だから寝室やトイレ洗面所クローゼットの明かり暗い通路もちろん子供部屋車の中おっと4個では足りないかということでさらに全てのライトに電池もお付けしてタップライトは6個で4980円4980円すると1個あたりこれはお買い得。お手軽ライトタップライト6個セットで4980円。
お申し込みはフリーダイヤル 0120-874422 今すぐお電話ください。
Get it at Shop Japan.
Coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report, Jim Nance, Mike Ditka, Randy Cross with all the scores and highlights. The NASDAQ.com halftime report on 4th down. Tom Coughlin says, let's go for it. 4th and a yard. And Brunell out of the shotgun with 5 wide receivers.
Boy, this is interesting. Maybe it's a quarterback draw. Nobody inside. He could do it now if he wants to.
Throws the quick pass, and that's not going to get it. R.J. Sauer made the catch, but the Dallas defense was ready.
Well, Greg, I talked about it earlier. What it is the Dallas defense drops back and they watch and react. And so you send R.J. Sowers underneath. Look at the defense looking. They see him go underneath. Now they come forward. They're so fast they can get there before he makes a play. And really good hustle by number 95, Chad Hennings, a defensive lineman, recognizing the play and getting out there.
Baron Wortham also in on the stop. And the Cowboys take over at their own 37-yard line. Randall Cunningham at quarterback. Emmitt Smith for a couple up the middle.
Well, now the problem for the Jacksonville defense, one other problem comes into the equation now. Stop the run. Don't get caught up inside, getting faked out sometime and giving up long passes. But now you have a quarterback in there who can move around. And Randall Cunningham, in the 2 games he started, I thought he played very, very well. Made good decisions and knew when to take off and run when it counted and picked up valuable yards rushing.
2nd and 8. Now we have whistles on the snap. Not sure everyone was set. Looks like it'll go against Dallas.
Prior to the snap, false start, 22, offense, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Emmitt Smith.
He was in a hurry. He wanted that football bad.
The #1 man all time in the NFL in career rushing touchdowns. #3 all time in rushing yardage. 2nd and 13. No wonder Emmett's in a hurry. Cunningham, quick pass over the middle, and it's dropped by Robert Thomas out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd down, and we check in with Jim Nantz once again in New York.
3rd down, 13.
You know, Elvis Gerbach is throwing the football about as well as anyone in the National Football League these days.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts, 2 teams, and play action passes. They get receivers so wide open, it's hard to believe you're watching NFL football sometimes.
Cunningham to throw. Throws a bullet, and that's complete. Rocket Ismail to midfield and a 1st down. 16-yard pickup on the play. You see the look of exasperation on Tom Coughlin's face. Tony Brackens told us yesterday we've been pretty much on our heels most of the time on defense.
Well, they have been for a lot of reasons. That time, when you give a quarterback like Randall Cunningham time, the thing that impresses me about him still is the fact that he has such a good throwing arm and he can put it in tight spots. Boy, look at Tom Coughlin. Such frustration. You give up a touchdown when you get the perfect coverage on, then you get the other team's offense, 3rd and 16, and they still pick up a 1st down.
Ismail, 3 catches, 37 yards. Almost a mix-up in the backfield, and that's batted down. You saw the hesitation. Tony Brackens gets the knockdown, but Cunningham really didn't get the drop that he wanted.
Boy, I tell you what, Tony Brackens, there must be something about playing at home. He's from Texas originally, went to the University of Texas, and that is 3 times a day that he has been on the quarterback. Look at this nice game, comes all the way around, and the confusion in the backfield by Randall Cunningham gives Tony Brackens time to come all the way around and knock the pass down.
Straight ahead, Emmitt Smith, big hole, 1st down inside the 40 to the 37-yard line of the Jaguars before Mike Logan tripped him up there. It's a 1st down for Dallas.
Well, again, just a good illustration why the Jaguars think they got to cheat a little. Nobody, the safeties are back. Nobody's in the middle except the linebackers. And look at the, nice job by Robert Thomas taking T.J. Slaughter out of there. Mark Stepnoski, the smallest offensive lineman of the Dallas Cowboys, makes a terrific block inside.
1st down, and before the snap comes, we have a false start penalty against the Cowboys.
Prior to the snap, false start, 81, offense, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Raheem Ismail.
You know, Greg, we just talked about Stepnoski, Mark Stepnoski. You look at him and he almost looks out of place. We were at practice on Friday and he's standing there. They had their shorts and jerseys on, and look at him right there. Look at the other linemen standing around him. It's almost funny to look and see. He weighs 260 pounds, hardly no fat on him for an offensive lineman, but the guys around him are just huge.
1st and 15. Faking the pitch. Cunningham throws down the middle. Intercepted. Donovan Darius to the 25, the 30, and the Jaguars will come the other way. 22-yard return by Donovan Darius. Tom Coughlin looking for guys to make plays. Donovan Darius just came up with one.
ちょっと無理して投げた
ちょっと今無理な感じでしたね。
タイミングがなんていうんですか、ポケットはだいぶね。
Rocket Ismail circled. Here's Mike Logan, the safety. What a difference a week makes. Last week, the Redskins ran this identical play for a wide open touchdown. This time, the Jaguars not fooled. Logan stays back. Donovan Darius makes an adjustment, gets the interception. Takes away a scoring chance by the Cowboys.
1st down from the 30-yard line for Brunell and the Jaguars, who have just 1 1st down in 3 possessions. Brunell to throw over the middle. Brady wide open midfield to the 40. pulled down inside the 35-yard line. Great effort by Brady, and it's a first down. 36 yards on the play.
Sometimes it's the same play the Jaguars run a lot, but they give it a different look. Brady came in, now he goes down the field, but the fact that he lined up so wide, look at that, the linebackers get caught on the run fake, and nobody in the middle to stop Cal Brady.
Now Fred Taylor. And Taylor just across the 30 to the 29-yard line. Baron Wortham comes up for the stop. A pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 on the play.
Well, as you watch this game, Tom Coughlin had told us, he says, look at that, the last 8 takeaways, only 6 points, but he says, our 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, we do not complement each other. What it means is, good hard run. Once you get some momentum on your side, like the interception, now you hope your offense can come out there, take advantage of it, and really give your teams, put some life in your team and get things going. They have not done that this year, and that's one of the reasons why they're 2 and 6.
Tom Coughlin is known as a real fire and brimstone guy, but he told us, lately he's become more supportive, and he's drawn back from that a little bit because he says our real challenge is trying to rediscover how to win. 3rd and 2. McCardell in motion. Fred Taylor won't get there. Just across the 25. He's about a yard shy. Baron Wortham with yet another big stop for the Cowboys, and they're looking at 4th and 1.
Well, I think I'd like to take a look at this and maybe get a measurement just to see how far it is. No, it's about a yard short, so they won't even get a measurement. And this is the right decision. This offensive line that Jacksonville has in there now, it's revamped from last year. They are just not capable of overpowering a defensive line, especially in short yardage situations.
Mike Hollis had 82.86%, the most accurate field goal kicker in NFL history during the regular season, from 43 yards out. He's accurate again. 9:33 to play here in the first half. The Jaguars are on the board with a Mike Hollis field goal.
あ、そうですか。
どこやらのジャニコウスキーが初め大変でしたもんね。
今はね。
Mark Brunell on the sideline. There has been an awful lot said and written in the Jacksonville area, and Mark Brunell has taken his fair share of the heat. On the run, Jason Tucker at the 15-yard line. Trying to get outside, and he will. 30, 35, and run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. 30-yard return. Not the kind of kickoff that Tom Coughlin was looking for, and certainly not the best special teams defense. Monday on CBS. What's gotten the King of Queens so upset? He just lost his job from Teamster to homemaker on an all-new King of Queens Monday on CBS.
Good stuff. Hey, Greg, it was, I don't want to contradict you, they were trying for the short kickoff. They got everything they wanted. The protection of Dallas's return team broke down. They still didn't go down there and make the tackle.
Robert Thomas carries just across the 45-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Tony Brackens, he has come to play today, and there's a lot of reasons for that. I said he's coming home. He's from Texas. Watch the play here. Just out quicken this guy, out physically. Oh, gets inside. Nice job. And I think a lot of it has to do with he was fined $10,000 by the NFL this past week. Kicked one of the Washington Redskins players. Got thrown out of the game and took a lot of heat for it.
Dodging to the outside is Coach Emmett Smith and Aaron Beasley with the stop. Just short of the 45-yard line. Yeah, Tony Brackens, you'd have to say he was quite subdued when we talked with him yesterday afternoon.
Yes, he was. And you see the stats on Emmett Smith. But I will say this, Greg, he had a great-looking suit on, you know.
Oh, yes.
It was a good-looking suit. But he was subdued and felt bad. He apologized to his teammates and to the media and fans on Wednesday. And, hey, he's coming out playing the way he should. From
the 46-yard line. Emmett Smith is dragged down by Tony Brackens.
Boy, another terrific play. Just too quick for who's trying to block him so far today. That's just what it is. That time he lines up. Here's number 90. Eric Williams just goes out and misses him. That is just making, that is being in tune with the snap, getting around your guy before he can make contact with you.
Reggie Barlow stands at his own 10-yard line for the punt from Micah Noor. Noor, the rookie out of Utah State. Left-footed. Sky high. Barlow lets it bounce behind him. And is it saved? No, it'll be a touchback. Charlie Williams making the effort, but it'll come out to the 20-yard line. That's where the Jaguars will go back to work on offense.
あれに関してだけ言えばね、そのボールタッチしてこう戻すんですけども、そのタッチした地点がそのままその
a punt, they turn it over on downs, and then finally a field goal to get on the board. That's what the Jaguars have done with their first 4 possessions here today. We have 7:21 to play in the first half. First down from the 20-yard line for Jacksonville. Brunell looking around, throws over the middle, has his man. Complete to Alvis Whitted at about the 35-yard line, and that'll be a first down. 16 yards on the play.
Brunell's pass.
Well, that's a nice throw by Mark Brunell. Not many quarterbacks in this league could stick this football in there and make this throw. And the Dallas defense, they play it perfectly because of the strong arm of Mark Brunell. Anticipates the throw. Way to protect yourself. Alvis Whitted. That enables to make a big catch for the first down.
Brunell, a perfect 7 out of 7 throwing the football. This time they'll go to the ground game, and Fred Taylor for a couple out to about the 37-yard line as Brunell and the Jaguars try to get some offensive rhythm going.
Well, you know what's great about this, Greg? Before games, we get to go to each side, and we get to hear the story from each coach. And we go to Dallas, and I talk to Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator, and some players, and what do they say? We want to be conservative. Don't give up the big play, because Jacksonville has shown if you make them stay out there in offense, they'll screw it up. They'll make a mistake, turn the ball over, a big penalty.
2nd and 6, Brunell throws, and that's incomplete, intended for Keenan McCardell. Broken up by Dexter Coakley. And the flip side of that, Phil, as Tom Coughlin says to us yesterday, I believe the opponent is sitting there and waiting for us to make a mistake.
Yeah, he goes, it's sad. He goes, I think teams are playing us now, knowing that we're going to make a mistake and get our offense off the field because of that. And that has been the case. A lot of times mistakes are made because the other team forces them, but that's not been the case with Jacksonville offense. They're creating their own mistakes a lot of times.
R.J. Soward in the game at the bottom of the screen. Pass over the middle. Brady wide open again. And he is brought down at about the 36-yard line. George T coming up to make the stop. 26 yards and another first down. Have we seen this play before?
Well, we have, and here's the difference. You're playing defense, and you got this memory bank, and you go, well, most teams do this in this situation. But the Jaguars on offense are different than almost anybody in the National Football League. Their quarterback, Mark Brunell, goes deep on drops, and they throw the football down the field farther in the air than I think anybody does. So you're the Cowboys defense, you're going, wow, that's different. Kyle Brady that time caught about 25 yards down the field.
Brady, 4 catches, 80 yards. Brunell, deep drop, throws over here, incomplete through the arms of Fred Taylor. And Dexter Coakley was right there to administer the hit. You know, the dropped passes have been driving Tom Coughlin crazy, and last week the rookie R.J. Soward took the brunt of his criticism. He dropped the punt and he dropped the sure touchdown pass.
2nd down, 10.
Second and 10. Taylor. Brandon Noble, number 75, in for the tackle. A pickup of 2, and they're looking at a 3rd and 8 now.
You know, Greg, too, when you talk about how Jacksonville throws the football down the field so far, what that entails, Now, we talked about it. The only starter they got in that offensive line from last year is Tony Pacelli at left tackle. The rest of them are new this year so far. But Jacksonville, the quarterback, Brunell, takes deep drops. He lets the receivers get down the field. That puts a lot of pressure on the offensive line.
Play clock at 4. And the give is to Taylor. Taylor breaking tackles up the middle, diving, and appears to have enough for the first down.
Well, what did Tom Coughlin? He says to us, we just got to have some guys make some plays. And then the two players that he immediately mentioned, Mark Brunell, he's making some plays today, and Fred Taylor. And that last play, that's just Fred Taylor making a play. Watch it. He's going to come through there. Dexter Coakley, 52, nobody blocking him. He misses the tackle. Pepe Zellner, number 93 defensive lineman, he can't make it. Fred Taylor does it on his own.
That 9-yard run, his longest run of the day, and he's going to get another chance here, but can't dance away from Chad Henne. It'll be 2nd and 9. This is an offensive line that has gone through a world of changes because of injuries this season.
Oh, let's play a little. That's 99. Look at the offensive line, a very good one. Everybody different this year, except the left tackle.
And Boselli only came back from the knee injury at the start of the season, missed all of training camp. The 9th play of this drive.
I'm sorry, for all those changes, I thought they played very well last week against the Redskins.
Brunell scrambling on the run, throws, has Brady. Brady has a first down inside the 15-yard line. 13-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark Brunell and Kyle Brady, they are connecting today, and that's what they're supposed to do, because this Cowboy defense tries to take away the wide receivers. They're saying to you, you got to throw it to your tight end and your backs.
You see what the Jaguars' red zone offense has absolutely stumbled its last 20 trips.
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing statistic. 20 trips inside and only 2 scores.
Taylor to the 5, to about the 3-yard line before George Teague grabs him down. 8-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 2. Well, that's the kind of production on first down any coach loves.
Well, that's what they're kind of used to, so that's why it's so frustrating for the Jaguars. That's the way they played last year and for the last couple years. And the one thing I have noticed today is you look at Fred Taylor. When Jacksonville runs the football, they are taking it behind number 71, Tony Pacelli, and trying to make the yardage to that side.
2 tight ends now, Brady and Rich Griffin. And we get a whistle as the 2-minute warning hits. They don't get the play off. 2 minutes to play in the first half. 7-3 Cowboys, Jaguars threatening.
Phoenix Tournament.
今まで見たこともない斬新なデザイン、風を切って走るかっこいいフォルム、洗練されたポップなカラーにみんな夢中。その名もモーモーキックが出たんだ。
なんでモーモーキックかって、それはこのハンドルだよ。牛の角みたいでしょ。いろんな持ち方ができて楽しいんだ。見て見て、ステップだけじゃなくて車輪も赤だからかわいいでしょ。後ろの車輪にはブレーキペダルがついてるんだよ。
操作性に優れたモーモーハンドルはコーナリングもバッチリ、小さなベルをつけて安全性もアップ。万一の夜の走行にも位置を知らせるフラッシュライトもついたんだ。
それにね、これスタンドで立つんだよ。ここが一押し。ほら、畳んでもおしゃれでしょ。
畳むのも簡単。見てて。持っても様になるのがモーモーキック。え？子供だけに独占させとくのはもったいない？もちろんハンドルは高さ調節が OK。大人でも使えるよ。モーモーキックは1台6980円で買えちゃうよ。2台セットは13500円で送料も1台分で OK。0120 の666の666。日本直販へ今すぐ申し込もう。
今日からあなたもテレビの前でシェイプアップ。放送は 毎週月曜日から金曜日までの毎日ご覧の時間でお送りします。
No special kid. Go.
2 minutes to play here in the first half, and then coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report, Jim Nance, Mike Ditka, Randy Cross with scores and highlights. We're 2 playing minutes away from all of that. Here on CBS as Mark Brunell returns to the huddle. A 2nd and 3 at the 4-yard line. So a first down is still possible for the Jaguars without a touchdown.
Yeah, you know, Greg, I think it was right coming into the game. You know, the Cowboys 3 and 4. They're trying to get back to 500, and they look at this Jaguar team, and their theme all week was, we're playing the greatest ever 2-6 team the NFL has ever seen. And, you know, it is an awfully strong 2-6 team. They have some stars that can make plays.
2nd and 3, Fred Taylor. A yard, maybe 2. Chad Hennings with the stop.
Well, this is a situation. We've seen it twice today, and they have not done a good job either time. They have not picked up either first down when it's 3rd and short or 4th down and 1 yard.
This Jacksonville drive now at about the 6-minute mark. Clock continues to run, coming up on 1.5 to play in the first half. 3rd and 2, 2 tight ends, Taylor and Shelton in the backfield. The fake, Brunell throws, touchdown, Brady. Brady had a career-high 111 yards last week. He's up to 95 yards receiving in this touchdown today.
Well, it's against George Teague, and it's just a really good job by Kyle Brady of faking the run block. That confused the defense. All you need is that split second that enabled him to get wide open.
Nice drive by the Jaguars. Hollis for the extra point. And it's good. 1:20 to play, and Tom Coughlin's red zone offense finally clicks.
今のジャクソンビルのシリーズは時間もたっぷり使いながらですね。
すごかったですね。
Kyle Brady with 8 catches for 111 yards last week, and yeah, he's right on the nose today.
I don't know what that means.
It means he's right on the nose.
He's on the nose. Well, look at the last 2 weeks, and that is terrific production out of your tight end spot.
Tell you what, Phil, he's 6'6", 277. You argue with him.
I played basketball against him one time. It was, that was just a wonderful experience.
Jason Tucker from the 3-yard line. The 20. And goes down at about the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. And let's go back to the touchdown pass.
Well, when you get down near the end zone, it's all about selling things out. Here's Kyle Brady, and watch George Teague, who has him in coverage. Brady does a terrific job, sells the run block out, and that's just enough. It fools George Teague. He goes in to help against the run. Brady sneaks out, and he's wide open.
Brady's 2nd touchdown reception as a Jacksonville Jaguar. Spent some years with the New York Jets.
Well, you're right. Look at the size of Kyle Brady.
So a minute 14 on the clock now for Randall Cunningham and the Cowboys. From the 25-yard line, Chris Warren. And Warren falling across about the 30-yard line.
I think my main goal here, of course, you don't want to turn it over, but I would call plays to get Randall Cunningham into this game. In other words, get him really feeling good about what he's doing, get him in rhythm so he can come out in the second half.
Cunningham throws over the middle, and that's tipped away, incomplete. Nice job by Aaron Beasley. That had all the earmarks of a big gainer for the Cowboys.
Well, I tell you what, when a cornerback goes underneath, if you miss the play, if he doesn't tip it, and be smart and wise when you go underneath the receiver.
Look at Cunningham's numbers on the day in relief of Troy Aikman.
Now, we were at practice Friday. He did get a couple reps. I saw about 10 snaps where he worked with the offense to run some of these plays.
3rd and 4. Cunningham on the move, throws, complete, enough for the first down to Rocket Ismail. Timeout stops the clock, 41 seconds to play in the first half, and we'll be back. We come back to Texas Stadium. We remind you Troy Aikman left the game in the first quarter with a re-aggravated back injury. Randall Cunningham has come on, and should anything happen to Randall Cunningham, and Dallas coach Dave Campo's worst nightmare might come true, because Emmitt Smith would be the third quarterback for the Cowboys. First down, Dallas with 2 timeouts remaining. Cunningham lost the football. It's bouncing, picked up by Brackens, and Brackens is out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Paul Spicer appeared to make the hit that caused the fumble.
Well, again, pressure by the Jacksonville defensive front. They do a good job, but what sets it up? There is nobody open down the field. Cunningham goes to take off. Oh, nice job by Spicer, sticking his hands in there. And look at Brackens. Oh, nice bounce, picks it up. And Tony Brackens is everywhere today.
Oh, you mentioned it earlier. His motor was started very early.
Shoot, he should get a fine every week. The team would pick it up if you could come out and produce like this.
First and 10, Jacksonville.
But it is great motivation. Tony Brackens, and Greg, we talked to him yesterday, and you said it, he was quiet. You could tell, thinking about the game, what he wants to do, and redeem what he did wrong last week.
Jaguars have all 3 of their timeouts remaining in 32 seconds to try to put more points on the board. Fred Taylor with the handoff, gets a nice block up front, dips outside to the 10, out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. There is a first-class run by Fred Taylor, 14 yards.
Well, it's a really good run, but what makes it happen, of course, watch Jeff Smith, the center. Here he comes. He's going to snap the ball. Look at him slide out to the left. Catches Dexter Coakley. He's so big, he just smothers Coakley, and Fred Taylor breaks the tackle. Good job by Jeff Smith getting out there, helping the runner.
Jeff Smith in his 5th season out of Tennessee. That's Brady in motion. Taylor again. Waited for a block. Across the 5 to about the 4, and Izell Reese making the stop after a 4-yard pickup and a timeout. Stops the clock with 19 seconds to play in the half.
アウトということですが、さあダラス人のゴール前3ヤード。これでも1本ポンと入れられるとちょっと。
Well, Tony Brackens felt sufficiently embarrassed last week to apologize to his teammates for the kicking incident against the Washington Redskins that got him tossed from the game and fined $10,000, and has come out with an absolute vengeance here today.
Talk about making plays. Defensive star Tony Brackens, and offense Beasley, Mark Brunell, everybody pitching in.
Brunell from the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Rolling, and throws it away. Greg Ellis applying the pressure to Brunell on the far side of the field.
Well, Jacksonville still has time. They're on about the 3.5-yard line. You could sneak a running play in there, call timeout, and still have time to maybe well, you still have time to kick the field goal.
Third and goal. Brady in motion. Quick pass, corner of the end zone, touchdown, Alvis Whitted. 3-yard pass, and he beat Ryan McNeil to the corner of the end zone.
Well, Ryan McNeil, there is nothing you can do on something like this. He's playing inside, no help, but it is a perfect throw to the outside, over the outside shoulder of Alvis Whitted. Gets his feet down. The big thing here, Alvis Whitted hadn't played a lot. To relax, make the catch, don't bobble it, get your feet down.
Whitted scores his first touchdown of the season. Hollis for the extra point. And it is good. 9 seconds to play. There's penalty marker down as Whitted accepts congratulations on the sideline.
You know, Alvis Whitted making that catch.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, leverage, 76, defense. The extra point is good. The penalty be enforced on the kickoff.
That's Flozell Adams.
I was going to say about Alvis Whitted, though, he's been his third year, been a project for the Jaguars. They have worked with him, a track guy, never really didn't play a lot of football, didn't catch the ball a lot at North Carolina State. And Tom Coughlin, he was going to start today. Elvis Wood, I said, is he coming along? How's he catching? He goes, Phil, he keeps making progress. A hard worker, and now he got his chance today to be a starter, and he comes up with a touchdown catch.
Perfectly thrown ball by Mark Brunell, who has been criticized at times for throwing the ball too hard. I mean, he's gifted with a terrific throwing arm, but we've seen him deliver some fine passes so far here in the first half.
Yeah, he's had nice touch today, Greg, and you're right. If you go to me and say, what criticism would you give Mark Brunell? Say, hey, he throws it too hard sometimes. The players can't catch it. But today he's had nice touch on the football, putting it in the right spots, and he's making it easy for the receivers.
And for a frustrated Tom Coughlin, you'd have to say that he gives a thumbs up to his team's performance here in the first half for the most part. This kick, with the help of the penalty assessed to the Cowboys, goes way out of the end zone, and the Cowboys will start from the 20-yard line.
Well, I think the big thing for the Cowboys is, don't underestimate the fact that Troy Aikman goes out of the game, what that does to a team. Even though Randall Cunningham has played well, it takes some emotion out of what they're doing because they feel like, hey, we finally got things going, and dang, Troy goes down again. So they got to go in and regroup. 17-7, not a big deal. Just go in and think about what you want to do with Randall, get a game plan, and come out, try to establish it, and go on from there.
Well, Randall will take a knee here, and that will be it for the first half, which started with a Dallas score. Since Randall Cunningham came on, however, the last 6 games, 13.2 points a game for Jacksonville, and they put 17 on the board today in the first half. And let's go down to Armin.
Coach, some early momentum.
Jacksonville in the lead at halftime, 17-7. A moment ago, Armin Katayan caught up with Coach Tom Coughlin of Jacksonville.
Coach, a kind of shaky start, but then the team seems to be regaining some of its confidence, particularly Mark.
Settled down. It's been field position, turnovers, and opportunistic play when we've gotten the turnovers. We've complimented ourselves on the 3 phases in this game. We got 30 minutes to go. We haven't been a good second half team. We prepared ourselves in there. We talked about it being an opportunity for us. 30 minutes to play. We got to play our butts off.
All right, Coach, thank you.
You heard Tom Coughlin talk about opportunistic play. The 2 turnovers by the Cowboys, Jacksonville has turned into 10 points, Phil.
Well, that's something they hadn't done, Greg, and it's amazing. When your team makes plays, it looks like you got some emotion and energy. That's something the Jaguars have lacked because, hey, guys got to get you excited. Somebody's got to make the throw, the catch, the run, whatever it is.
Jason Tucker and Kareem Lattimore deep. This is Tucker on the run inside the 15-yard line. Hits a momentary bump across the 30, and penalty markers are down.
Jason Tucker
as he is out to about the 32-yard line after a 20-yard return. And just a little disagreement down on the field. It's broken up in a hurry.
Holding 44 on the kick return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And back upstairs in the booth, Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms. And, Tom Coughlin must be overjoyed that his team is doing so many things that they haven't been doing right. They haven't allowed a sack of Mark Brunell, and he came in hitting the deck 38 times.
Well, there's a couple reasons, Greg. Mark Brunell throwing the football all the time, and maybe the biggest reason, the Dallas Cowboys are not a great pass-rushing football team, so he should have time, and he should have time to make those plays down the field.
From the 20-yard line, Randall Cunningham. And Emmitt Smith gets little or nothing on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Now, all those things we kept talking about, we were kind of saying the things about the Jaguars, their team and their offense, they apply to the Dallas Cowboys. Randall Cunningham comes in at quarterback. You got to get it going. They've never got any momentum on their side since he's been in there. You hear it all the time. Somebody just step up, get open, get it going, and once you get a first down or 2, it becomes much easier.
Cunningham, quick one over the middle to Robert Thomas out of the backfield, and Thomas cracked down at about the 24-yard line, his forward line of progress. It'll be A 4-yard gain, a 3rd and 6 on the play. And still on the field is Kevin Hardy. You know, injuries are a part of the game, but for these Jacksonville Jaguars this season, they've been huge.
Well, let's see what happens. Number 51, Kevin Hardy. Short pass over the middle. Goes in to make the hit. Actually kind of runs into his own teammate, too, with his helmet. Watches he deliver the hit. His helmet's going to go into Hardy Nickerson. That looks like what it...
This team has had so many injuries this year. Tom Coughlin can only shake his head and say, you know, it's been unbelievable. In fact, it's been pretty much of a mash unit. Look at the names on this, and these are by and large key players for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, we could have saved time and just put up the players who haven't been hurt. But it's not to be funny, but it illustrates, you know, that's when teams are not winning, a lot of times it can be attributed to the players you have lost, and they have lost a lot of key players, and there's one there, Jimmy Smith, out with this game with a hamstring injury.
Jimmy Smith, those 49 catches representing the most in the National Football League starting the day. And Kevin Hardy is off the deck and will walk off the field under his own power. Jacksonville already missing number 58, Lonnie Martz, who is out with a groin strain.
3rd down, 6.
And everyone wants to point at Camp Coughlin as the reason why, but you know, this is a coach and a team that has had pretty good success over these last 3 years.
Yeah, they've had great success, Greg, and any organization just about in the National Football League would be proud to accomplish what the Jaguars have done the last 4 or 5 years.
A 3rd and 6. Cunningham throws. That's complete. James McKnight on the far side of the field. He has enough for a first down. 11-yard pass and a fine pass by Cunningham.
Well, and just a really nice route by James McKnight. 3rd and 5 or 6, but he really sells it up the field, makes Fernando Bryant think he's going deep, and Randall Cunningham, look at this throw. On a line, I could hear the ball hit McKnight's chest from all the way up here.
James McKnight in his 7th season out of Liberty, and now Emmitt Smith, right side, running room across the 40 to about the 42 or 43-yard line. 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
Well, Greg, you get a first down. Now all of a sudden there's a running hole again for the Dallas Cowboy offense, something they've been struggling to do here in the last 2 or 3 possessions.
2nd down, 2.
When you get a first down in the National Football League, all of a sudden the defense sits over there and goes, okay, now what's going to happen? They start to guess a little, and when they are just reacting instead of attacking, that's when you can make some positive plays.
Robert Thomas straight ahead across the 45-yard line. And by the way, Kevin Hardy is back into the lineup, number 51 for Jacksonville. It's a first down, and you know, once again we just saw, and now number 95, Paul Spicer, limping off the field. But again, we saw an example of that huge Dallas offensive line, what it can do on a ground game.
Well, that's what they need to do, Greg. Keep running the football thing, be patient with it, and see if you can wear down the smaller defensive line of the Jaguars.
Emmitt Smith didn't reach midfield, may have picked up a yard or 2 on the play, make it a yard, call it 2nd and 9.
You know, we talked about early in the game, the Jaguars maybe have to gamble inside, up near the line of scrimmage to stop the running game. And that is a good job. So Tony Bright, Donovan Darius gets in there, and Rob Meyer, number 92, makes the tackle.
The ball at the 49-yard line of the Cowboys. 2nd and 9. Time-consuming drive here at the outset of the second half. That's Chris Warren in motion. Cunningham going to throw it. Has all kinds of time and throws incomplete. There's a penalty marker on the far side of the field. David LaFleur, the intended receiver. And the initial call is holding.
Holding, 25, defense, 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Fernando Bryant, the second-year cornerback out of Alabama, and a good one, too.
Yes, he is a good player. He's an excellent cover guy. That's one of the reasons why the Jaguar defense can take some chances, because you have Fernando Bryant on one side, Aaron Beasley on the other. And we talked to Fernando Bryant last night. He's about 6 foot, about 180 pounds, and he says by far the hardest thing to do in this league is tackle those big running backs.
He gives to Smith. Smith crossed the 45 to about the 42-yard line. 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 6. You know, Fernando Bryant was talking about going up against that. Well, you take a look from Umpcam at Emmitt Smith dashing and dodging through the line.
Well, look at Tony Brackens. Good job. Spots the football, stops, waits, and lets the runner come to him to stop Emmitt Smith.
I was going to say about Fernando Bryant, Phil, he was looking forward to maybe going up against Rocket Ismail every once in a while. He said, because, you know, I was known as Rocket in high school, and he was serious.
Yes, he was. His high school coach saw him the first day he came out and says, your name is Rocket. Which we know why, because he can run really fast.
2nd and 6. Cunningham. Near side, wide open, complete to James McKnight. And that's more than enough for another Cowboys first down.
Now, when you see Randall Cunningham throwing these passes to the sideline and the receivers look open, the reason why they are wide open is that the Jaguars are taking a chance thinking the Cowboys are going to run the football. And when they do that, there's nobody out there to help Aaron Beasley and Fernando Bryant. So they got to get out the receivers, and they got to give up that type of pass.
Cunningham now 5 out of 10 on the day, and a give to Emmitt Smith. Smith bides his time, breaks through the hole inside the 15-yard line for another first down. Boy, talk about patience with the football.
Well, he's had a few carries to learn this on, Greg. But Emmitt Smith, watch Mark Stepnoski, the center inside. Not a big guy. Oh, terrific job. Just keeps moving, knocks down Seth Payne and Emmitt Smith. I don't know, I've been down here for many years. 4 years ago, I was doing games. I thought, man, this could be the end of Emmitt Smith. And 4 years later, he's still running hard. Good decisions, and look where he's been running.
He's accounted for 26 yards on this drive alone, and there's movement on the offensive line, and that'll back the Cowboys up.
Prior to the snap, false start, 73, offense, 5-yard penalty.
That's big Larry Allen, the left guard.
Now, you know, this is something that's hard to do, I think, and even when I was a player, I thought it was hard to do. To be patient, you're down 17-7, you come out in the second half, and what you want to do is just like, we got to catch up. But it takes tremendous patience and belief in what you've designed for the week to stay with it when you're down 10, and the Cowboys have been rewarded with it with this drive so far.
1st and 15. Emmitt Smith, right side, running room, inside the 5, to the goal line, stopped at about the 1. Fernando Bryant dragged him down. It'll be 1st and goal for Dallas.
And what this drive illustrates is you watch the Dallas Cowboy offensive line. Solomon Page, good kick out on Kevin Hardy. Just good hustle by the Cowboy offensive line, and watch Emmitt Smith. Look at those eyes. And Greg, you said it earlier, just patience when he sees the hole, then he takes off, and he has a terrific stiff arm to get a few extra yards.
What a fine block out in front of him by Robert Thomas. 92 yards for Emmitt today. 1st and goal. Smith. Tony Brackens there to make the stop. 2nd and goal.
You know, Greg, when they made their first down, all of a sudden you see the momentum change. In other words, now the Cowboys get some confidence. And what happens is the defense gets a little tired after they stay out on the field for 4 or 5 plays. And now normal running plays, instead of getting 2 and 3 and 4 yards, Emmitt Smith started picking up 10 and 15 yards.
Second and goal. Emmitt Smith. Straight ahead. Did he reach the end zone? No indication yet.
It looked like he came up just a little bit short, not much.
And now a touchdown. Boy, you talk about a late call. It wasn't quite a touchdown in the third quarter, and then the call comes in the fourth. But
well, let's wait and see if we can see what happens. It looks like he goes down. Boy, nice job of picking your hole. And he's down, and he did not make it in there. Watch Emmitt Smith. Here he goes. Let's see if we can see if his knee hits.
Well, his shoulder certainly came down at the 1 yard line before he stuck the ball into the end zone.
The problem here could be Emmitt Smith might have lost control of the football even though his knee went down. And when he gains control of the football, he's in the end zone.
Well, Tom Coughlin talking about it. Let's check it out again.
Yeah, watch. Watch as his knee goes down.
On the field that it was a touchdown.
He's down. Ball, I'll tell you what, it's a touchdown. You know, it's amazing. I just reversed myself 4 times in the span of a minute.
The man has an instant replay machine in his head.
Yes, I do. And it's always right because I have the, well, that's close when you look at it. Look it up, Cam. Let's see what his view looked like.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah, and if it's not a touchdown, Greg, it's going to be about 1 inch away. The thing here is, it was ruled a touchdown. Is the evidence, is it there to make it come back and be respotted about 5 or 6 inches from the goal line?
I also wonder if this is worth challenging, Phil, and burning a timeout when you're only a yard away. Emmitt Smith looks on. Let's take another look.
I think it's always worth challenging touchdowns, Greg, no matter how close they are. He's down. Oh, nice shot that time. That was the best view where you could really see when Emmitt Smith goes down and where the football was on his body as he went down.
Keep in mind that was a second down play, so if the touchdown call is changed, it'll be 3rd and goal.
That's right. And you see it so many times. Why this is a good challenge, in my opinion, you get that ball 6 inches from the goal line. You know how defenses now can get underneath the offensive lineman? They could stop it. You can lose a half yard. Let's watch it again from this angle. I want to hear your opinion there, Mr. Gumbel. Down.
He's down before the ball got there. You bet.
You're right. See, I've been steady in my opinion the whole way.
You've also been talking for a minute and a half.
Well, that's easy for me.
Emmitt waits quietly. Bill Carollo checks the replay. And we're patient. 7:43 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's got to be indisputable visual evidence, and I think I saw it that time. The last replay we saw could be the one that determines whether this ball is going to be spotted at.
Now, in the last couple of minutes, you've said definitely no touchdown, definitely a touchdown, and definitely no touchdown.
Yeah,
would you like to make it even before Bill Carollo makes his call?
I say they spotted at the 6-inch line.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined number 22 of Dallas's right elbow was down at the 3/4 line. Jacksonville's challenge is upheld. They are not charged with a timeout.
3rd and goal.
And I think the one that does it is right here, Greg. This replay is the one that seals it. Before, you could really never tell, but that one was really evident. Watch his elbow, his left elbow, his right elbow goes down. His body's down. The ball was short of the goal line.
So rushing touchdown number 142 is on hold for Emmitt Smith. 3rd and goal. The 13th play of this drive. Smith. And that's why you challenge the play.
Thank you. But no, that's why you challenge it. It has gotten so hard in the National Football League just to line up and to run it in those situations. What a lot of teams do now, and I saw the Cowboys, I know they have this play. The fullback goes left, Emmitt Smith goes right, and that's enough diversion to the defense where you can usually score.
Tim Cedar with a 19-yard field goal attempt upcoming. He is 10 of 11 on the season with a long of 44. This one is from 19 yards out. Tom Coughlin's challenge saves the touchdown, pulls the Cowboys to a field goal. 7:01 to play in the 3rd. Jaguars lead at 17-10.
いや もっと点差が縮まってるはずが、
本当ですね、
ワンタッチダウンの差になりました。
私も今こうタッチダウン上げてましたからね。
はい。
It's a field goal instead of a touchdown, but Dave Campo certainly likes what he saw from his offense in what was almost an 8-minute drive, culminating in the field goal by Tim Cedar.
Well, I think he went in at halftime and just reinforced the beliefs he has about his football team and what it takes to win today.
Reggie Barlow, the deep man, for the kickoff. It was Chiron Stiff from the 3. 15, 20. And out to about the 27-yard line. So once again, decent starting position for Mark Brunell and the Jaguars.
はい、リターンをいたしましたね。いやーでもこれコフリンさん勝っちゃいましたと思わず。
Along with Phil Simms and Armin Kataya and Greg Gumbel back at Texas Stadium, the Jaguars. Third quarters haven't been very good for them offensively the last 6 games. And as you mentioned, Phil, because of the length of that drive, they're not going to get too many shots at the end zone here in the third quarter today.
Probably one time, so defense has got to help you sometimes when you're trying to score points.
Brunell gives to Taylor. Taylor 30, 34, maybe the 35-yard line. And a good 7-yard pickup, 8-yard pickup on first down. It'll be 2nd and 2.
You know, as I watch Fred Taylor today, he just looks like nothing's bothering him. In other words, his ankle, his knee, there's just no lingering little injuries to him. And he's much sharper, more explosive, and he's making those cuts, and it's really proven out, just running the football terrifically so far.
And I count 1, 2, 3 penalty mark, 4 penalty markers on the field.
After 2 of them come down, everybody else says, well, there's got to be something going on. Join the party.
Ball start. Number 68, offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
You know, they're going to call that on Brendan Stye, but Brendan Stye is not the only one that moved on the play.
Look, everybody moved except Mark Brunell and the center, Jeff Smith.
Tom Coughlin was talking about the little work that both Brunell and Jeff Smith have to do on the center snap. Number 23, Anthony Johnson, in the game, flanked as a wide receiver now on 2nd and 7. Brunell throws, that's complete across the 40 to the 42-yard line to Anthony Johnson, the 11-year veteran out of Notre Dame.
Well, Greg, I've talked about a few times just the strength of Mark Brunell's arm. We said, well, maybe sometimes he throws it too hard. But watch this play here. Watch Joe Bowden, number 58. Boom, right by him. He just doesn't even have time to react to the football. I thought he was going to reach out and knock it down. You just can't make a move to it because of the speed that he can deliver it with.
Back to the ground game, Fred Taylor. Penalty marker flies, and Taylor gets across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. And a holding call against the Jaguars will bring it back.
Holding, 78, offense. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Right tackle Todd Fordham.
Well, I think Tom Coughlin say, how can you call holding on it? Because when the pile gets mushed forward like that one did that time, you have to think, and you're a coach over there going, how can there be holding when we got everybody moving backwards? And that's what it looked like.
Mush forward.
Mush, you know, when you just push somebody and beat them up.
Mush.
Mush, is that better?
Same word. 1st and 20. Brunell right up the middle to the 40. Breaks outside, 45 to the 47-yard line. Loose football? No. It's whistled down. $16 yards on the play by Brunell, and it'll produce a short 2nd and 4.
Well, Greg, I'll tell you what, the theme of the game is go out there and get it done, make some plays, and this illustrates it, I think, right here. Watch Brunell. I mean, there's about 6 chances to go down before that. He doesn't. He takes it to the last second, then gets down to get those extra yards. Let's see if he's down before the ball comes out. No, it doesn't matter. The whistle blew. They pointed it down. You could not replay it.
Brunell, 3 carries, 33 yards today. 2nd and 4. Taylor going nowhere. Pepe Zellner, number 93, got a hand on him. Just as he got to the line of scrimmage, he lost a yard.
Pepe Zellner, and inside, just uses his quickness. Number 93, up top, just breaks the tackle, comes inside. Tony Baselli must have been thinking he's going to go outside. When he came in, he couldn't make the adjustment.
So here's a big 3rd and 5 facing the Dallas defense. Brunell over the middle, Keenan McCardell. Did he have enough for the first down? This is going to be very, very close. George T came up and made the hit.
He did. Then he made a move, and his forward progress was stopped, and it could have been spotted either way. But once he came free, I think it was a pretty good spot. He's going to be short, Greg. Watch it. Keenan McCardell on the inside. Coming underneath Kyle Brady. Look where he catches it. Pass inside the 48-yard line. Once he kind of made that move back, it cost him 1 yard.
And the first down. And the punting unit will come onto the field now.
I tell you what that is too, is when you get in those situations as a receiver, just like a running back on 3rd and 2, the first thing and the only thing that's important is to get the first down. Well, a little shouting match on the sideline that time between Keenan McCardell and Tom Coughlin.
Well, Keenan McCardell had a first down with just a lunge forward, but wanted to make a little more and took himself out of first down yardage. Barker kicks. Wayne Garrity watching it sail out of bounds as Barker aims for the corner, and it'll be marked just inside the 10-yard line. Fine 40-yard punt by Barker as McCardell continues to scream.
はい。
アウトバウンド出ましたから、まあちょっと途中何ヤードかちょっと今分かりませんでしたけどもね。
今は得点のシーンのたびにハロウィン。
The number 7 on the field in the Dallas huddle is Randall Cunningham. He replaced Troy Aikman, who left the game, re-aggravating a bad back in the first quarter. You see what Cunningham has produced so far in relief of Troy Aikman. Quick pass, far side, complete to Ismail. Ismail across the 15 and out to about the 18-yard line. And we remind you to log on to NFL.com. Vote for the AFC and NFC All-Star teams who will battle in the 2001 Pro Bowl. Vote now on NFL.com. You know, one of the things head coach Dave Campo told us yesterday, Phil, is or 2 days ago, he'd like to get the crowd more into the game for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they've had 2 games down here at home this year, Greg, where they really got beat up bad, and the crowd kind of turned on them.
Chris Warren fighting to get close to the first down, and he appears might have it.
As you see, you know, the crowd can be a big factor. It can give emotion to your team, but also maybe the biggest thing is it can make it hard on the opposing team, and that's what you want to do. Make it hard for them to communicate. And, you know, it was nice talking to Dave Campo, you know, a career assistant, and I've talked to him many times over the years, and I always said, do you want to be head coach? And of course he did, but I think he thought his time would never come, and the opportunity came here, and it makes you feel good about the system that's assistants who put in many years of hard work and are successful, that they do get a chance to be a head coach.
Cunningham on first down throws on the money to James McKnight, and McKnight to the 45-yard line. It's a first down and a big gain of 25 yards.
Well, Randall Cunningham couldn't make his mind up where to throw the football. The offensive line does such a good job of protecting him. Watch what happens here. He drops back. At first, he's going to throw it to the back out of the backfield. He goes, no. Then he looks back down the field because the defense followed his eyes and moved up. That enabled James McKnight to get open behind him.
Cunningham has now hit 6 straight passes and a first down for the Cowboys out to their own 45. Gets rid of it. Incomplete off the hand of McKnight. And Cunningham under pressure from Kevin Hardy.
Well, Kevin Hardy, number 51, makes Randall Cunningham get rid of the football just a little bit early. Otherwise, it's going to be another completion for him. Watch 51. Kevin Hardy unblocked. Cunningham sees him, falls to his left. You know, that's terrific. Stays nice and relaxed, so when he does get hit, he doesn't get hurt.
2nd and 10. Short drop for Cunningham, and has his tight end David LaFleur out to midfield.
You know, when Randall Cunningham comes in at quarterback as a defensive lineman, you almost got to say, yeah, we want to pressure the quarterback, but let's don't go too fast. Because if you get in there too quick, he'll dodge you, move around. And what he's really done well this year, especially the 2 games he started, he moves around and finds receivers open down the field for big passing plays.
Got to be frustrating for a defensive lineman, too, because Randall stands tall, delivers up high. Almost impossible to block his passage. 3rd and 5. And caught from behind and brought down by Aaron Beasley. Beasley, the team leader with 4 sacks, adds another one.
Well, one of the few people who can run Randall Cunningham down when he takes off out of the pocket. Nice timing. Oh, Chris Warren, you get fooled. Always protect the quarterback first, then go out on the pass. That time he was a little too anxious and just opened up too big of a hole for Beasley to run through.
You know, Chris Warren held him, and even that didn't help at all. Barlow at his own 11-yard line for the punt from Knorr. Sky-high punt. Barlow fair catches at the 15 with nobody around him. 38-yard punt, no return on the play, and we'll take a timeout with 10 seconds to play in the 3rd.
登場です。久しぶりに得点もね17点取りました。で、
crowd let out a cheer because during that timeout, Troy Aikman made his way back onto the field. There you see his numbers before he left with the injury to his back. And you know, Phil, I asked you, how long does it take one of those pain pills to take effect? And maybe that's how we can gauge it.
Can't help you, Greg. I like the pain.
Brunell for Taylor. And Taylor right up the middle for a couple of yards on the play. As time winds down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Jacksonville 17 and Dallas 10. We'll come back after this message and a word from your local station.
Dunlop Phoenix Tournament.
目の奥がずーんと重い。キューピーコーアイはいいですか。目の奥の緊張をふーっとほぐしていって固まっている肩の疲れまでも柔らかくしてくれる。できました。キューピーコーアイ。胃腸に効くのはとろりと1本振ってから飲んで免疫キャベそうそうよく振って胃にはとろっと1本のみが効く液キャベ。
甘辛手帳。とっておきのお店を探すならこの一冊。関西の美味しいもん好きに送ります。美味しい大人の食マガジン甘辛手帳。
あの名作アニメーションがビデオになりました。
漫画日本昔話。これは日本一の桃太郎。カレー君花
世代を超えて心をつなぐ日本があります。漫画日本昔話。
BT グローバルチャレンジ。風や海流に逆らって航海する世界で最も過酷なヨットレース。ガオラでは来年6月後半までのおよそ10ヶ月にわたるレースの模様をスタートから各ルートを追いかけます。11月は2日9日ともに深夜1時から放送。 BT グローバルチャレンジお見逃しなく。
Jacksonville only had the football for 3 minutes 37 seconds in that third quarter, but still are scoreless in the third quarter now for their last 7 games. They hold a 17-10 lead as we start the fourth quarter, and you look at Troy Aikman on the sideline just taking snaps a few moments ago. Will he come in on their next possession, or will it continue to be Randall Cunningham? Meanwhile, Brunell and the Jaguars at their own 18-yard line on 2nd and 7. Brunell on the move, gonna run it. Gets a first down, out of bounds at 25. Or is he short? Darren Woodson over there helping to point out where he went out of bounds.
Nice job by Brendan Stye, the offensive guard. He comes out, leads Mark Brunell. He goes down on Dexter Coakley. Watch this. Pressure makes Brunell come out. Boy, Greg Ellis is just getting after the quarterback. Brendan Stye is pulled. He sees him coming. Makes Dexter Coakley go to the ground. Lets Mark Brunell get a few extra yards.
3rd and 1. Fred Taylor pulls his way for a first down to the 27-yard line. And Troy Aikman continues to try to get loose on the sideline.
You know, I don't think he's going to come back in, Greg. Just my guess is that he's just trying to check a few things out just in case something happens to Randall Cunningham and he would have to go back in. He was taking snaps, but it was from the backup center, not the starter, Mark Stepnoski.
First down from the 27. Fred Taylor finds a hole, spins, still on his feet, and now across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And let's go down to Armin Katayan. Armin.
Greg, he is taking snaps down here. I just kind of gave Troy the thumbs up sign to see what he would do. He shook his head to me and he goes, I don't know. So we're seeing, Phil, like you said, it might just be getting ready in case of an emergency. Back to you, Greg.
Thanks, Armin. Meanwhile, the ball out to the 36-yard line and a 2nd and 1 for the Jaguars, who had a pretty good-looking drive going in the third quarter. Stop and start Taylor, and he gets the first down to the 39.
That's a good job of knowing the situation. Fred Taylor was going to break that and try to go outside. Nope, do the right thing, get the 1 or 2 yards and get the first down. Now you look at this Cowboy defense. We talked about it early in the game, how conservative they want to play. They have not blitzed one person the whole day. And I think that's being too conservative because now Jacksonville's calling plays. They know what you're going to do on defense. That makes the play calling a lot easier.
And they don't have a single sack to their credit. Brunell throws to his man, Kyle Brady. Brady fighting for first down yardage and is about a yard shy of it at the 48.
See, that's the thing, Greg, when you're on offense, and I even said this to Mark Brunell last night. We were talking, and I said, the Cowboy defense, you know, it looks, describing it, and he goes, you're right. And I said, now, as a quarterback, does it make it easy for you when you know what they're going to do? And he goes, absolutely. I think he was looking forward to coming out and playing a defense that doesn't trick it up, going to play some normal coverages that you see in practice, and he's had good success because of that.
Chiron Stiff is in the game, gets the handoff, big hole up the middle, and to about the 40-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, the one thing I've seen around the NFL this year, and it holds true for so many teams, especially on defense now, teams that just, there's not a lot of big defensive linemen. Most teams don't have an abundance of them, and if you can keep the defense on the field, it's amazing what happens to the running games. They just get better as the game goes along, especially if you show a little patience with it.
Now the Cowboy defense gets a little support from the crowd. Fred Taylor back into the lineup to about the 37, maybe the 36-yard line. Ellis and Hennings on the stop. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Now why it's important for the Cowboy defense maybe to change up. You're down 17-10. A field goal makes it, of course, 20-10. That's 2 scores. You've been fairly conservative on offense, too, trying to run the football, do those type of things. Tough to score twice. So Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator, he's going to have to make a choice here pretty soon what he's going to do.
Jacksonville, 112 rushing yards since the first quarter, 39 of them on this drive alone. Taylor breaks the tackle, dips outside. Oh, fine tackle. Nice stop coming up from his cornerback position by Felipe Sparks.
I haven't heard his name much today because not many passes have gone to the outside, but this time the Cowboys blitz. It could have been trouble, but Felipe Sparks comes up. Nice tackle.
So now Brunell looks at a 3rd and 4. The ball just inside the 35-yard line. This is a 5-minute drive. Brunell, all kinds of time, now takes off, gets a block, comes up short of the first down marker. Dexter Coakley with the tackle.
Boy, what a job by Dexter Coakley. It looked like he was not going to be able to get off the block and make the tackle. Watch Fred Taylor. Brunell's going to scramble towards you. Fred Taylor is on Coakley. He's blocking him, pushes him out of the way and makes the tackle.
That's Mark Brunell from his shotgun position.
He's telling the center when he puts that finger down there, it lets him know it's time to throw it back here.
So Mike Hollis is on for a 49-yard field goal attempt. Or maybe this is 50 yards exactly. Block. Cowboys have it. Felipe Sparks.
Boy, I don't know if Mike Hollis slipped. He hit that ball. It did not get past the head level of the defensive players.
8:53 to play in the 4th, and the Cowboys with a little bit of life.
ありますよね。これはずっと続けてたんですよね。ブロックといえども失敗ですね、これ。はい。いやよく頑張りましたよ、だからディフェンス。
Mike Hollis was a perfect 13 for 13 in field goals before that last block. He missed 4 games this year because of back surgery back on the 18th of September. Cunningham in at quarterback, throws, sideline, incomplete. Intended for Rocket Ismail, and let's go back to the blocked kick.
Well, I thought maybe he slipped, Mike Hollis. He did not. Watch where the kick goes. Greg Ellis gets the block, hits him in the shoulder pad. 98. Well, he can get up too. Oh. Well, it hits him in the arm. That's got to hurt. And Dave Campo, you got to be excited about that. You're only down 1 score. If you go down 2 scores, it'd be very difficult to come back.
On 2nd and 10, here comes Ismail on the carry. Around from his wide receiver position. He's dragged down at about the 45-yard line by Kevin Hardy. And we check in with Armin downstairs. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. A telling little scene on the sideline just before Cunningham came into the game. He went up to Aikman. They had a brief conversation. Troy kind of shook his head and pointed toward the bench. Cunningham went over, got his helmet, hooked it up, and went into the game. Back to you.
Thanks, Armin. We have a penalty marker down. It's a penalty against the Cowboys. A false start, it appears.
Illegal formation on the offense. Number 76 was lined up within the line of scrimmage. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Big Flozell Adams out there, left tackle.
Seen quite a bit of that the last couple of weeks in the NFL. So you got to line up in the proper spot. You have to cover the tackle either with a tight end or a wide receiver. So whoever the wide receiver was on that side, he did not get up on the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Cunningham lost the football, picks it up, rolls, throws over the middle, complete. James McKnight with the catch, and that's more than enough for a first down, and what a play by Cunningham.
What a play that is right. What a throw by Randall Cunningham. He drops the snap from the center. He did this earlier in the year and threw a touchdown pass after he dropped the snap, but this time breaks the pocket, and look at that arm. Long and loose, he can still whip it in there. Fernando Bryant, perfect coverage on him, but still can't stop the pass.
to the 38-yard line of the Jaguars. Emmett Smith to the 32. Hardy Nickerson rides him down after a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4. Clock continues to move, 7.5 to play in regulation.
You know, now the Jacksonville defense, you got to be smart too, and you're playing an offense like this. You're up 7 points. If you hold them to a field goal, that is terrific. So don't get out of position, try to be a star, and lose what you're supposed to do in the discipline of the defense. Don't give up the big play.
On the ground again with Emmett Smith, who finds running room to the 25-yard line, and a first down for the Cowboys. Dave Campo, one of the things he's telling us is it took a while for us to figure out just what we're all about this season, and we are going to run the football.
Well, it wouldn't take me long if I was in this Dallas Cowboy organization. If I had offensive linemen like they do, and I had Emmett Smith, I'm going to run the football. I don't care who I have at quarterback.
100-yard rushing game number 67 of his great Hall of Fame career. Lost the football. Scramble for it. It's free, and nothing but Jaguars. Looks like Fernando Bryant on the football.
Penetration by the Jaguars defensive line.
And Marlos Leroy helping apply the pressure, and the ball goes over to the Jaguars.
に渡ってから彼がこう保護したのかどうかっていうのはちょっと微妙ですけどね。
ちょっとね分かりませんでしたがね。
ですけども、
あるいはハンドオフの時にミスがあったか。
Watch Marlos Leroy against Eric Williams, number 79. And either one of those two knocked it out. It could have been Eric Williams knocking it out of Emmitt Smith's hands.
Jacksonville ball at the 33-yard line with 6:24 to play in regulation. Third turnover of the day committed by the Cowboys. This one could be costly. You know, it bears repeating, Phil. We heard from all parties that the way to approach the Jaguars was to be patient, and sooner or later they would make a mistake that would kill them. It may have happened in reverse to the Cowboys here.
Well, it has. It's played out the other way so far today, and you know, the last 4 or 5 games, if you watch the Jaguars play, they continuously make turnovers, some of them not even forced by the opposition. The Cowboys were counting on it, but today it has not happened.
2nd and 8. Taylor with running room across the 40 to the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2. Darren Hambrick, Darren Woodson making the stop. Darren Woodson always in on the tackle. In fact, when we were talking to him the other day, hey, you're the leading tackler. And he said, yeah, and that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Well, in years past, before this year, that would be a good thing because Darren Woodson used to play near the line of scrimmage a lot. This year, conservative defense, he has stayed back. So for him to be the leading tackler means there's been a lot of big runs against the Cowboys defense.
Big 3rd and 2 play here for the Jaguars offense. Movement up front.
They're selling.
And from 3rd and 2.
Prior to the snap, false start, 71, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Watch Tony Baselli, number 71. Just a little quick. Oh, man, I tell you what, one of the reasons why he probably jumped, Greg Ellis has had a terrific day. It makes an offensive lineman just a little bit antsy.
That is the 4th false start the Jaguars have been guilty of this afternoon. And now it's a much more considerable 3rd and 7. Brunell throws. That's caught, but be well short of the first down, complete to Fred Taylor coming out of the backfield. Dexter Coakley dragged him down, and Jacksonville will have to punt it away.
Well, Greg Ellis again getting back in there. Tips the football. Doesn't really affect the play, though, because Fred Taylor still makes the catch.
Wayne McGarity deep at his own 15-yard line for the punt from Barker. Oh, and a huge punt to Barker from the 10. and run out of bounds at about the 27 or 28-yard line by Mike Logan and Kiwaki Thomas. We'll be back.
さっきもちょっと言いかけたんですが、2年前に、アトランタとチャンピオンシップ。
3:59 on the clock. Randall Cunningham at quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. First down at their own 29-yard line. Both teams, all their timeouts remaining. They'll start on the ground. Emmitt Smith. And is hit hard as he gets to the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Rob Meyer, the 7th-round draft pick out of Washington State, was the first to hit Thomas or Smith.
Now, what I would do, you didn't make many yards on that. I would hustle up a little on the offense in case you do not pick a first down up after 3 tries. You still would have time to punt it away, use your timeouts, and get it back for one final try.
Cunningham to throw. Out here in the flat, Robert Thomas, complete, pulls his way to the 35-yard line before he is hit hard by Donovan Darius.
Robert Thomas on reception.
And you know, if it wasn't hard, it sure looked like he was hit hard.
It looked like it might hurt, but Robert Thomas has got a body that looks like it can take a little punishment. But Donovan Darius, known to be a big hitter from Syracuse. Thomas gets held up, and somebody's going to finish it off.
So the ball just across the 35-yard line and a big 3rd and 3. Chris Warren is in the lineup now for Dallas. Penalty marker is down. Cunningham throws down the sideline. It is incomplete. Intended for Rocket Ismail. And now let's check the marker. Got a feeling it might be an offsides call against the Jaguars.
I did not see it, so maybe he lined up offsides.
Owner Jerry Jones on the sideline.
Tony Brackens apparently jumped offsides.
Offside, right defensive end lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Here it is.
That little flinch got him across the line of scrimmage.
It was not called by the official who was closest to Brackens, but the one completely on the other side of the field.
Well, that was a big penalty because the Cowboys most likely would have punted the football away and used their timeouts and a 2-minute warning to try to get the football back.
Instead, they have a first down just across the 40-yard line. Cunningham to throw. Has his man. First down yardage to Jackie Harris, the tight end. Into Jacksonville territory about the 41-yard line.
Well, Jackie Harris, something the Cowboys have been missing for the last few years. A tight end who's really a big threat going down the field and catching the football. That time it was him, Donovan Darius on him man-to-man, and Jackie Harris beats him easily.
Caught a touchdown pass. That is only his 2nd catch of the day after the TD pass. And now the 2-minute warning hits. 2 minutes to play. 17-10 Jacksonville. Dallas on the move.
いよいよ21世紀が間近。新しい時代の幕開けです。そこで今日は21世紀よりぜひ始めていただきたい10年日記のご紹介です。これは10年間の同じ日を1ページに書いていく形式。年を重ねていくごとに去年、一昨年の自分がどう生きていたか、過去の自分を振り返ることができます。各ページには毎日の誕生花がついた美しい構成。その日の歳時期もついて記念日、行事、祭り、その日生まれの著名人もわかります。毎年日記を買い替えることなく10年間使えますし、各スペースも6行で無理なく続けられます。また毎年書き溜めていくことで記録としての価値も高まり、10年後には思い出がぎっしり詰まったあなただけの自分史が完成します。巻末には住所録、贈答の記録、記念日や法要の記録記入欄、贈答マナーや手紙の書き方などのミニ講座も役立ちます。21世紀から始める10年日記。 今回は金色の文字であなたのお名前をお入れして特別価格6980円です。お求めの方には3年手帳もプレゼント。なお2冊セットは13000円となります。0120-666-666 日本直販へお申し込みください。
オランダリーグサッカーエールディビジ。リーグも前半戦の折り返しを迎える12月、好調のフェイエノールとペイエスフェイに対し、若手メンバー主催で名門復活を狙うアヤックス。他注目のカードが続々登場。放送はご覧の通り。特に12月10日の伝統の一戦、フェイエノールと対アヤックス戦は必見。オランダリーグサッカーエールディビジ、お楽しみに。
I want you to keep in mind, coming up tonight on CBS, why is Jack Welch considered the best executive in America, or in the world for that matter? The answer tonight on 60 Minutes, followed by an all-new episode of Touched by an Angel. Eric Stoltz and Maureen O'Hara star in the CBS Sunday movie The Last Dance, all coming up tonight on CBS. Crunch time, 2 minutes to play. Both teams with all timeouts remaining. The ball at the 41-yard line. Cunningham to throw. Time, throws, has a man inside the 20. James McKnight to the 5, dragged down at the 3-yard line. Donovan Darius saved the touchdown, 37-yard pickup, first and goal for the Dallas Cowboys.
That is just a nice throw by Randall Cunningham. McKnight, look at this. The defense is back. He gets in between the safeties and the corners and does a nice job of catching the football and making some extra yards.
McKnight left the game earlier with injuries to his neck and shoulder. Has come back. He has 6 catches for 113 yards. First and goal. The fake. Throws in the flat. Complete. Touchdown. Jackie Harris.
Jackie Harris lines up on the right side, comes behind the formation, goes all the way across the field to catch the touchdown throw.
Randall Cunningham came on in relief of Troy Aikman in the first quarter. And we have an injury on the far side. That is Donovan Darius. No. That's Tony Brackens.
Yeah,
90.
I think he's just having some cramps. He's running around here so much today. But that was really a nice looking play. Jackie Harris lined up on the right side. There was a play action fake. He came behind the offensive line, behind him, not in front of him. There he is, number 80. Look at this, coming behind all the blockers. Now, if you're a defensive man and you got to cover him man to man, it's hard to fight your way. Tony Brackens comes all the way across and almost saves the touchdown. But that's awfully hard for somebody on defense to follow him when he goes behind the line of scrimmage.
Jackie Harris opened the scoring with a 13-yard touchdown catch. And now the 4-yarder. And we are apparently taking a closer look.
Well, it's inside 2 minutes, so the coaches have nothing to do with this. This comes from upstairs. Let's take a look at it. Here's the catch. It's close. He's fallen. The knee was down.
I think it's a touchdown, Phil.
Greg, I got to tell you something. You and I are wrong almost on everything when we do this. So. It's
figure if you take one side and I'll take the other, one of us has to be right.
Well, you know me, I'll change my mind about 6 times here as we're watching these, but it's just hard to tell. Watch his knee go down. It's down. The football is not quite to the end zone, but it's so close. I don't see how you can overrule it. This time I say it is going to be a touchdown. Here it is. Right knee. Greg, you were right. Your first impression. I think they're going to stay with the touchdown.
I'm glad you said that. I was about to change my mind. So Bill Carollo goes over to the little tent, watch a little television. We have 1:10 to play.
Well, I tell you what, Randall Cunningham has come in, and when given time to throw the football, has been extremely accurate and has had a lot of velocity on the football. The few passes when he does miss them, it's because he doesn't have time or he just has to throw it away.
Cunningham 150 yards passing in this half. And to go back again, how big was that offside call against Tony Brackens, which gave the Cowboys a first down?
You've heard me say this before. Defensive coordinators, they just go crazy against their players when they commit penalties on third down, because when you commit that penalty, that's at least 3 more plays by the offense, and it's, you know, you're going to break down sooner or later.
The Cowboys took advantage. All right, Bill Carollo has made his decision.
Uh-oh.
I think he's going to say that he's down before he reached the end zone.
Oh, look at you, dude. Waffling already.
After reviewing the play, it's been determined that the runner was down short of the goal line at the 6-inch mark. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Well, I have to say, I thought he was further away than 6 inches.
Well, you know, Tom Coughlin, he's loving this instant replay because it's twice now down inside. Remember, in the 3rd quarter, they challenged one of these, and the Cowboys did not get a touchdown. Now, here goes the knee down.
See, the knee is down further than a yard out.
Watch. But where's the ball when it's down?
Ah.
Oh, it is. There we go. We'll see. Now, listen, I'm blaming our truck. They didn't give us that look before.
I think you saw all the looks Bill Carollo saw. 6 inches.
Now, this time, this could end up hurting Jacksonville for this reason. It could take more time off the clock if they do score.
Well, Tony Brackens has come off the field. It's a 2nd and goal, and he wants Bill Carollo.
Well, Tony Brackens came off the field because time was stopped because of his injury. So if time is stopped because of an injury, you must come off the field for 1 play. Now, I know what Tom Coughlin is arguing, that there was a timeout and he didn't have to. You know, that rule should not be in effect.
Well, whatever it is, Tom Coughlin appears to be satisfied.
He's winning every argument today.
So the Cowboys, 6 inches from pay dirt. And they wind the clock.
I'd run the quarterback sneak.
Cunningham, touchdown.
Randall Cunningham over the years has been a terrific quarterback sneak quarterback. In other words, he can take the snap, you see it, elevates and can get over the offensive and defensive line to get that half yard or a foot or whatever you need.
You know, you got to figure Tom Coughlin saw it coming too. It took the Cowboys less than 3 minutes to go 71 yards. Cedar, 19 out of 19 on extra points this year. Make it 20. 1:07 to play in regulation, and we are tied at 17.
行きましたから。
ああ、びっくりした。
いや、今カニンハもなんか苦笑いしてましたからね。いや一瞬ボーンと蹴った瞬間。
Dallas head coach Dave Campo wanted crowd involvement. He's got it. 67 seconds left on the clock. The Cowboys go 71 yards in 2:52 for the game-tying touchdown. Those of you looking for 60 Minutes, Greg Gumbel along with Phil Simms and Armin Katsayan in Dallas, where the Cowboys and the Jaguars are tied at 17 all. 60 Minutes comes your way right after we finish, except on the West Coast. The kick will go into the end zone and will not be run out. And so Jacksonville will start first down from their own 20-yard line with 1:07 to go when we come back to Dallas.
9秒から同点に追いついたんですかね。
ですからまあ確かにほんの数秒あれば。
With 67 seconds left in regulation, Troy Aikman is a spectator as he has been since he left the game in the first quarter, aggravating a back injury. Randall Cunningham has come on and brought the Cowboys back into a tie at 17 all. Jacksonville 80 yards away and 2 timeouts remaining. The Cowboys have all 3 of theirs. Brunell throws, that is complete to Kyle Brady, and Brady now a penalty marker is thrown in the backfield, and that stops the clock.
Person, no.
Well, it's 9 yards on the catch, and I imagine we'll see a few more tacked on here because of the penalty.
Well, I thought when Alonzo Spellman came over that it was going to be roughing the passer.
Illegal use of the hands to the face, number 90. Before the pass, it'll be a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Alonzo Spellman, number 90, on the inside. Well, there it is. You can see on Brendan Stye, had his hands up to the face the whole way.
So the ball at the 25-yard line and an automatic first down. First and 5. Now it's first and 10.
Tom Coughlin could say decline the penalty and take the yardage.
Tom pleads his case on the sideline.
No, now they got it straight. Take the 5 yards, first down, and move from there.
Penalty markers fly. Brunell throws, complete, close to the 45-yard line to Brady. Offside penalty and probably be called against Greg Ellis.
Tell you what, just to show you the respect they're having for Greg Ellis, he has had such a good day. They are bringing the extra guy of the backfield over to help Tony Baselli to make sure he didn't get the edge.
Defense, number 98. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
See Baselli looking. You can see Greg Ellis, 98, jumps just a little early. And Fred Taylor in the backfield there to help out.
Kyle Brady, 122 yards receiving today. Brunell throws. Brady again, close to midfield. And the clock continues to move. 7-yard pickup, 2nd and 3. We're down to 35 seconds to play.
Should have taken a timeout. You only need a field goal, but should have taken a timeout.
Brunell on the move, waving, throws deep for R.J. Soward. Incomplete. Terrific play by cornerback Ryan McNeil.
I hear defensive coordinators say the moment of truth, and what they mean by that, when the football is in the air, can the defensive back make the play? And that football was up in the air a long time, and Ryan McNeil, what patience, waits and waits, and makes the play on the football when it comes down. Look at that. Right next to R.J. Soward. It is a perfect play. Tom Coughlin thinks it's going to be pass interference. It was not.
Only the fourth incompletion Brunell has thrown today. The handoff, not going to go anywhere from Anthony Johnson. And the clock is stopped with 13 seconds to play on the timeout by Jacksonville. They have one remaining.
Well, that was a decision. The play before Mark Brunell came out of the pocket. He probably could have ran the football and picked up about 10 yards, but he saw R.J. Sauer down the field and went for the big play.
Want to remind you, coming up tonight on CBS, why is Jack Welch considered the best executive in America, or in the world for that matter? The answer tonight on 60 Minutes, followed by an all-new episode of Touched by an Angel, and then Eric Stoltz and Maureen O'Hara. CBS Sunday movie The Last Dance, all tonight on CBS. The ball is just across midfield, trying to get close enough for Mike Hollis to attempt a field goal. But instead, here comes the punter, Brian Barker.
Well, they got to do this, Craig. It's fourth down. You make a play, you don't pick up the fourth down conversion, you would leave enough time for the Dallas Cowboys at least throw one pass in the end zone to try to win the game. So Tom Coughlin makes the right decision.
Wayne McGarity, who has returned 2 punts for touchdowns this year, stands at his 10-yard line. Catch at his own 6-yard line. And with 6 seconds to play, Randall Cunningham comes back onto the field, and yeah, we're looking at each other. Why would you fair catch the ball?
Why? Why would you take that chance? You know, let the ball hit the ground. Well, Jerry Jones. You know, we had a nice talk with a lot of the players. They were telling us about Jerry Jones being on the sidelines, and I know sometimes I'm home, I think, doesn't look that good, the owner being on the sidelines, because not many of them do it in the league. But they say he comes down, and he's so positive in his approach to the players, always encouraging, and the way he handles himself. And look, players and coaches, they could go off the record with us and say, hey, you know, we don't like it. But, you know, no negative thoughts from either one of them when they talk about the owner, Jerry Jones, coming down the sideline.
So Randall Cunningham will probably take a knee here, and we'll go to overtime. That's exactly what we do. The Dallas Cowboys have not won 2 straight this season. The Jacksonville Jaguars trying to snap a 5-game losing streak, and time expires here in regulation.
Well, both teams, I tell you, Jacksonville came into the game, don't make turnovers. They had a way they wanted to play. They basically did that. The Dallas Cowboys, they made some mistakes, but they stuck with their game plan. They were patient, ran the football, and I think a lot of that just gained them the time.
Well, here's what's happened. 150 yards to 117. Jacksonville with the advantage there, and just 3 more total yards than the Dallas Cowboys. But the big difference as far as Jacksonville is concerned has been the 3 turnovers. And Randall Cunningham has done a terrific job, although Mark Brunell, 17 out of 21 throwing the football. Let's go down to the midfield meeting.
Start all over. It's a war. All right. Whatever side you want, Tony. Whatever side you want. All right. This is called tails. It is a tail. You won the toss. You want the ball. Which end do you want to kick from? Okay, stay right where you're at. As far as timing is concerned, it'll be the same as the 4th quarter. Each team will have 2 timeouts.
You heard the ground rules from referee Bill Carollo. Each team 2 timeouts, put 15 minutes on the clock. First one wins.
Ah, 欠けてる。あ、水漏れ。落っこちた。臭い接着剤手がくっついた。そこで万能接着パテミックスフィックス。ちぎってこねてくっつける。これで壁に穴を開けずに思い出が飾れます。
おっと、割れたからといって捨てないでください。ちぎってこねてくっつける。もちろんレンジや食器洗い機に入れたって大丈夫。ミックスフィックスの力は接着力だけではありません。穴を開けても釘を打っても壊れないこの強さ。もちろんどんなものにも使えます。革靴にママの大事なアクセサリー、パパの日曜大工もミックスフィックスであっという間。道具がいらないからパパも無労。割れた折れた壊れたお任せください。ミックスフィックスで何でも元通り。さらにミックスフィックスの防水効果、水道管もご覧の通り。もちろんパテの効果もあるから雨どいだって自分で直せます。ミックスフィックスは水にも強い。タイルの壁に重い金属、陶器、何でもかんでもどこにでも。最後に接着パワーの大実験。ミックスフィックスでくっつけた木片をトラックで引っ張ります。鉄のフックはぐにゃぐにゃ。でもミックスフィックスは折れません。お家の中外何でもかんでも元通り。節約できてその上ゴミも減るから環境に優しい万能接着パテミックスフィックスは2本1セットで4980円。でもちょっと待ってください。なんと今回はスペシャルサービス。さらにもう1セットお付けしましょう。ダブルセット4980円でのご提供です。割れた折れた壊れたお任せください。さあ今すぐお電話
を。お申し込みは今すぐ。フリーダイヤル 0120-539-639 番でどうぞ。代金はお届けの際現金でお支払いください。消費税送料は別途、船便地域は実費。お届けまで2週間ほどかかります。皆様からのお電話お待ちしております。
We remind you, once this game is decided, 60 minutes comes your way right afterwards, except on the West Coast. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and our ace CBS Sports crew as we start overtime here in Texas Stadium. Keenan McCardell and the rest of the offense for the Jacksonville Jaguars will get their hands on the football first, barring something unusual on the kickoff. Chiron Stith standing at his goal line. And Micah Noor, George Teague on the sideline. It has been a hard-fought battle. And here we go. Stiff from the 9. 25, 30, out to the 35-yard line. Good return for the Jacksonville Jaguars of 25 yards. Mark Brunell, 17 of 21, 177 yards and 2 touchdowns, and now has 10 TD passes and 10 interceptions on the year. He's played a superb game here today.
Yes, he has played very well, and Greg, he's made some really good throws, and also he's run the football very well when he's had to. But I look at this overtime, if I was Jacksonville right now, there is no doubt I would come with a play action pass to try to give Mark Brunell time on the first play right here.
Brunell throws this way, and that's complete to Keenan McCardell, and that's about 2 yards shy of a first down. It'll be 2nd and 2. That's the 18th completion of the day for Brunell, and half of them have gone to tight end Kyle Brady.
Well, you know, a lot of times you come into games and the defense says, you're not going to beat us with your wide receivers, who usually are the main focal point of your passing game. So Jacksonville made a good adjustment to the tight end.
Fred Taylor not going to get a first down. Comes to a screeching halt shy of the first down. Picked up 1. It'll be 3rd and 1. Alonzo Spellman with the stop for the Cowboys. In street clothes on the sideline is Jimmy Smith, who did not start today and did not dress because of a hamstring injury added to a knee injury that he was suffering from. And Tom Coughlin told us yesterday that, you know, if he wasn't full strength and ready to go all out, he wasn't going to play at all today. 3rd and 1. First down across the 45-yard line. Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor, tackled by Brandon Noble, Darren Hamrick,
Well, those are some tough 2-yard gains. You can just hear all the hitting that's taking place. But Fred Taylor, he is a tough inside runner and a guy, that's why he's so exceptional. He also has the ability to bust them outside and outrun people for long gains.
Fred Taylor with 98 yards on the day. From the 45. Quick pass, complete across midfield to the 45-yard line of the Cowboys. Kyle Brady, who is just having a monster day catching the football.
Well, we talked about how conservative Dallas defense has been all day long. This time they come with the blitz. That's why Kyle Brady is wide open over the middle. Look at that. He saw the blitz. He knew he had to turn it around quick. He did. Good adjustment by him and Mark Brunell.
Second and about half a yard. Taylor has that half yard and more as he approaches the 40-yard line. Greg Ellis, who was showing us the scar on his leg, suffered a double fracture of the left leg towards the tail end of last year, said it still bothers him, has a titanium rod in there for support, and has just played a superb game today himself.
Well, he said it took him a lot longer to come back from that injury than he thought. He started the year slow, but as every game goes along, he's playing better and better.
Timeout on the field as the Dallas Cowboys ask for one. 12:05 remaining in overtime, and we'll be right back.
の41ヤードぐらいでしょ。
だからここでずるずるといかれると、もうこれは止めれないと。
そうですね。
あと10ヤード入ったらまあ。
Remind you once again, 60 minutes follows once we wind up here in Texas Stadium, except on the West Coast. And Jimmy Smith walking the sideline.
Now the Dallas Cowboys, I think they called a timeout just a few minutes ago. Two reasons: to get a little rest because they do look a little tired on defense, but also you got to think about now they're on the 41-yard line going in. You're Mike Zimmer, the defensive coordinator. You got to decide, are we going to get aggressive, take some chances, or are we going to continue to try to just play conservative and hope they don't pick up another first down or two?
Remember, Mike Hollis had a field goal blocked earlier from 50 yards out. First down, Jacksonville from the 41. Taylor squeezes through to the 37. Darren Woodson coming up to make another stop. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Hollis's career long is 53. In order to attempt a 53-yard field goal, Jacksonville would need to reach the 35-yard line. They are at the 37.
Second down, 6.
2nd and 6. Blitz. Quick pass to the side. Complete to Whitted. Whitted breaks free. 20, 15, 10. Touchdown! .37 yards, and the Jacksonville Jaguars snap their 5-game losing streak on the touchdown pass to Alvis Whitted.
The Jaguars guessed right. It was a blitz by the Dallas Cowboys. There's only one person out there that can make the tackle. It's a screen play, and watch Alvis Whitted makes Philippi Sparks miss the tackle. Nobody there to help him.
Then showboating at the goal line, he got creamed from behind.
You can see there's nobody once he breaks that tackle to help him out because of the blitz, and Alvis Whitted, with all the speed, makes the touchdown.
Mark Brunell, boy, talk about getting out from under a rock over the last couple of weeks. 23-17 is the final score. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeat the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up next on CBS, except in the Pacific time zone. Stay tuned for another fascinating 60 minutes, followed by Touched by an Angel in the CBS Sunday movie, The Last Dance. For Phil Simms and Armin Katsayan, Greg Gumbel, so long from Dallas. You home.